on the issue of NATO being very strong and NATO being united and NATO 3.0, when it comes to the issue of Greenland, does all of it still remain the same if President Trump still wants it? Or as a golfing partner, you can get him off Greenland while playing a game of golf?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the best way to frame it is that Davos, the World Economic Forum, wasn't exactly a highlight of transatlantic partnerships. But Munich, where we had security conference, it was better. So on the Greenland issue, you'll understand me coming from a Nordic country and being an Arctic state. It's a red line. You know, it is about the independence, sovereignty and territorial integrity of a NATO member, the Kingdom of Denmark. And as always in diplomacy, you have to find solutions. And we were looking at the good, the bad and the ugly in Davos. The good was to get an off-ramp and abolish the tariff issues and put a process. The bad one was an increase of tariffs. I mean, I don't need to tell you what it means in your relationship with the U.S. And then the third one was a continued military threat. We were able to take option or scenario 2 and 3 off the table, and now we have a double process. One is with Greenland, the United States, and the Kingdom of Denmark having a conversation about Greenland. And the second one is about Arctic security and within the NATO framework. So we're working on both of those. But yes, I've said it publicly as well. It was an uncomfortable moment for an avid transatlanticist like myself. Well, I'm very pragmatic. So I've had the opportunity to spend quite a lot of time with President Trump. I don't want to inflate my role because, as we know, President Trump consults but then makes his own mind, as we have seen, whether it's in Venezuela or whether it's now with Iran. So my take is that don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, be pragmatic. So what are the issues where we still continue to work with the Trump administration and with America? It's NATO. It's defense. We just bought 64 F-35s. It can be technology, quantum computing. We just sold 11 icebreakers to the United States. If India is interested, we have really good icebreakers. So, be pragmatic about the relationship and understand that President Trump is a deal maker. So he sort of parks values aside and he looks, and alliances sometimes aside, and looks more at the deal side. And then be honest and open about where you disagree. We disagree on climate change. We disagree on the European Union. I'm an EU nerd, and I support it very strongly. We disagree on global institutions. We disagree on tariffs. But have that conversation, mostly probably privately than publicly. So you have to work with America.